So for me, the best thing about being an engineer is getting to work on cutting-edge technology. I've been really lucky in my career to work on a range of projects such as military fast jets, hydrogen fuel cells and driverless cars. The best project I've been involved in was a cross-European project to design and operate hydrogen fuel vehicles. Also got to be involved in the construction of the first ever hydrogen refuelling station in the UK. The advice I give to a young aspiring engineer would be, particularly females, is to be brave, think big and don't be afraid to shout about your achievements. It's really important that we raise awareness of female engineers so that young women see that it's a realistic career choice for them, and then hopefully in time we won't need to talk about it anymore because it will just be the norm.
The best thing in engineering is the ability to construct and deconstruct things, understand how a system works, how nature, what's the intelligence behind nature is working, and this is all exciting. We can replicate it in an engineering workflow. Last year I applied for Women in Innovation Award with an innovative idea about predicting road accidents, and this project was rewarded. It was sponsored by Department of Transport and became a very big project which we finished in time. Best piece of advice is keep moving and make choices and take risks, learn all the time, not be worried about making mistakes because there's no such a thing, it's just a learning experience, and that's all very challenging and exciting.
The best thing about working in engineering is that it gives you a completely different viewpoint of the world around you. I've worked on quite a few interesting projects, but the highlight for me is to be able to design, manufacture and test fly a human-powered aircraft. I co-led a team of engineers at Sheffield University during my bachelor's to build this 22 meters wingspan aircraft. As an aerospace engineer, you rarely get a chance to work on a project from start to the end, from design to its implementation. My advice to an aspiring engineer, be male or female, is to remember what made you choose engineering in the first place, and no matter which stage of career you are in, always remember that, and it will keep you going for the rest of your career.
I really enjoy being a system engineer because it helps me being an architect to put systems together to create new products and new services. But above all, I love the challenge and the fun. So at the moment, I'm working on the government drone Pathfinder project, which is helping break the barriers for drones in the UK. It's a very challenging and exciting project because I work with regulators, the government, industry and startup to make that all happen. So I think everyone has different perspectives and a different skill set to bring in the engineering sector. I would say be open-minded, enjoy the challenge and find role models.
Being an engineer is being creative, you got lots of challenge, your work is always different every day and you get to meet different people with lots of different interests. So the best project I would say is Mobility on Demand Laboratory Environment, the model project, which has recently finished. It was great because we bring the concept of agent-based modeling and how can we support local stakeholders. So we had a very multidisciplinary team that worked together. So for somebody looking at a career in engineering, I would suggest to speak with other women working in the same industry, meet them. Don't believe to anybody that says it's not a work for you, you're not good for that, it's a boy thing. Engineering is an evolving topic, is always in motion and allows you to solve and create real impacts in everybody's lives.
I would say the best thing about being an engineer is being able to work as part of a team to come up with solutions to real-world problems. You then get to see those implemented and understand how your ideas can have an impact on the world around you. I've been so lucky to be involved in a number of wonderful projects throughout my career, from bus rapid transit schemes in New York to the London 2012 Olympics. But I think the most interesting project I've been involved with was a recent project called Merge Greenwich. I got to be part of a multidisciplinary team from a number of companies looking at how driverless cars may have an impact on our transport networks. My advice to an aspiring engineer, female or otherwise, would be to take some time to understand your passions and interests. Engineering is such a broad subject, it covers so many disciplines, and if you can find a branch of engineering that aligns with your passions, it will keep you motivated throughout your career.
The best thing about being an engineer is the diversity and breadth of the types of work that you can do within engineering. So it's not all about hard hats. and it's not always about the technical quality of the work that you're involved with. I think firstly it's very important for a young engineer to find himself a mentor or a role model. That's not the sort of thing when I started out my career that was encouraged, but certainly now it is, and it can be very, very beneficial. And that doesn't have to be a formal relationship, and it doesn't have to be another female. I think the second bit really is to understand, or not to underestimate, the role of communication and people skills within engineering. So today engineering is all multidisciplinary, so you're working with a lot of people to answer a challenge.
To me, the best part of being an engineer is the ability that we have to transform and change the world around us by working in different projects and new products that are able to improve and enact our lives. The best project I have been working on is called the Freight Share Lab project. And this project aims to change the way that we move goods around the road. Never give up on your dreams, and you have the ability to transform the world. So try sometimes to be stubborn when things don't go the way you thought will go.
The best thing about being an engineer is that it allows you to engineer something, or in other words, create or make a new product or service, for example. So the skills that you learn are very transferable across different industries and across countries, and it gives you also an understanding of things that we have around us, like the Internet of Things or this future of connected and autonomous vehicles. So the best project I've worked on was in renewable energy, exploring how a wind turbine can maximize the energy it extracts from the wind by using new sensors and new control systems. So the advice I would give is to find out more about how to become an engineer, and if they think it's for them, just go and try it, maybe as volunteering or as like a summer placement experience, and take it from there.
The best thing about being an engineer is that you're a natural problem solver, and so having a background in engineering kind of teaches you to seek out problems and come up with new solutions to them, which is great because it means that whatever you take that into in your future, you're always having a good impact on something because you're finding problems and helping solve them. The best project that I've worked on is here at the Catapult, turning our building into a test bed for people to come and test their new technologies to kind of make buildings healthier and more enjoyable for people. So it's been really interesting to sort of look at ways that we can use technology to then help other people improve their technologies to make buildings safer, more productive and more comfortable for the people who live in them. The advice I'd give to an aspiring female engineer would be to be creative. Innovation is all about creativity, so it's all about using your skills of coming up with new things. In order to do that, you need to be creative, and it helps keep engineering fun as well.